Hi everyone, now we move on to present value, which is section 9.3 in the textbook. So we know what the formula in order to figure out our future value is. Future value equals present value, and then in brackets 1 plus the periodic interest rate to the power of n, which is the number of compounding periods throughout the life of the investment or loan, whichever it is. So as you can see, we're using not only algebra here, we're using BEDMAS, right? Because we have to do what's in the brackets first. Then once we have the brackets, then we have to do the exponents before we do the multiplication by the present value. And that's to get the future value. Now, we're also going to do some formula manipulation. So we want to isolate the present value. So in order to get PV by itself, we need to divide each side by 1 plus I to the power of n. When we do that, the equation looks like this. So now we have future value divided by 1 plus the periodic interest rate to the power of n. The division makes it complicated. So what we can do instead actually is by making the exponent a negative, it makes it the same as what it would be if we had to divide. So the formula we're going to use is future value multiplied by 1 plus the periodic interest rate to the power of negative n. And the way you get the negative n is, let's say the periodic interest rate was 0.5%. So you'd have 1.005, and then we'd use that y to the power of x button. So we'd click that button, and then we'd put in our n, which is, say, 24. Okay, so you push 2, 4, and right now that's when you'd hit the plus minus button. Okay, the button that changes it from a plus number to a negative number. So you push that, and then you can see on your screen that now instead of having 2, 4, it's a negative 24. And then you push equals, and ta-da, it works. Okay, so let's give it a try. Okay, what amount must you invest now in order to have 5,000 in 3 years' time? Okay, so it's in the future. That 5,000 is in the future, so we know that's our future value. 3 years' time, that's the number of years. Our overall rate, annual rate, is 6%, but it's compounded monthly, so we're going to divide your 6% divided by 12 to come up with your periodic interest rate of 0.5%. And our number of compounding periods for the entire life is 3, which is the number of years, multiplied by 12, which is the number of compounding periods in a year, to give you 36. So the present value will be, so again, let's put it in our calculators. We need our on-off button. And sometimes the clear button works as well to just clear everything out of your screen. We want the 1.005. Find the y to the power of x button. Click that. Okay. On mine, it added a 0 to the number. So now I'm going to push 36, and I'm going to push the plus minus button. And then that changed the 36 on my screen to a negative 36. And then I'm going to push equals. And that gives me 0.8356. Multiply that by our 5,000, which is the future value. So that gives us the present value of $4,178.22. Okay, so at this point we will give some exercises that I assigned to you a try. Let me know if you have any challenges. I've also supplied an answer key and videos that go over the answers to all of the questions that I've asked you to complete. Hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, everyone.